My heartbeat, yeah, it's pumping so loud. It's the rhythm of love, baby, that I found when the music.
Good morning student, I am Jayesh Moda. Today we are going to learn the 12th science biology chapter, respiration and circulation, and in that we are going to learn about the human heart. Note that this is a model of human heart, and human heart, it is a main pumping organ of the body, and it is a slightly reddish brown in color. And look that this heart, it is a totally hollow from inside, and this heart, it weighs differently in male and female. In male it is about 300 gram, while in female it is about 250 gram. Also note that location of heart. Heart, it is located in between the lungs, in between the two lungs. That's why its position is described as a mediastinum. And this heart, it is slightly tilted towards the left side, and it rests on the membrane. It is called as a diaphragm. Also note that heart, it is broader towards the upper side, and it is slightly narrow towards the lower side. Now let's learn about the external structure of human heart. Human heart is 4-chamber. Two superior chambers are called atria or auricles, and inferior two are called ventricles. Externally, atria are separated from ventricles by a transverse groove called coronary sulcus or atrioventricular groove. Coronary arteries and coronary veins runs through these sulci. Pulmonary trunk arising from the right ventricle and aorta from the left ventricles are present on anterior surface of heart. Pulmonary trunk bifurcates into right and left pulmonary arteries. Observe in diagram. Aorta's systemic arc is divisible into three regions: ascending aorta, systemic arc, and descending aorta. You can observe it in a diagram. The right atrium receives superior and inferior vena cava along its dorsal surface, and pulmonary veins open into left atrium along the dorsal surface of the heart. Now student, let's learn about the internal structure of human heart. Are you excited? Okay, very good. Now observe in diagram. Atria, these are the thin wall receiving chambers of the heart. They are separated from each other by interauricular septum, which shows the oval depression called fossa ovalis. Again, observe in diagram that superior vena cava, we call it as a precaval. Then inferior vena cava, we call it as a postcaval. And there is also coronary sinus, which opens into the right atrium. Opening of the postcaval is guarded by a Eustachian fall, while the Thebesian fall guards the opening of coronary sinus into the right atrium. 4 pulmonary veins open into the right atrium. These openings are without falls. Both atria opens into the ventricle of their respective sides by atrioventricular aperture. These apertures openings are guarded by the cuspid valve. The tricuspid valve is present in the right AV aperture, and bicuspid valve, we call it as a mitral valve, is present in the left AV aperture. All these heart valves help in the maintaining of a unidirectional flow of blood. They also avoid backflow of blood. Now, next learn about the ventricles. These are the inferior, thick wall, pumping chambers of the heart. The right and left ventricles, they are separated by interventricular septum. Wall of left ventricle is more vascular, about 3 times thicker than the right ventricle. Inner surface of ventricle shows several ridges called columni carni, observed in diagram. It is also called as the trabeculae carni, which divide the lumen of ventricle into small pockets or fissures. These lumens of ventricles also shows inelastic fibers called chordae tendineae. This attaches bicuspid and tricuspid wall to the ventricular wall. Also it is called as the papillary muscles, and regulate their opening and closing. The right ventricle opens into the pulmonary aorta and the left ventricle opens into the aorta. These openings are guarded by 3 semilunar valves each. These valves prevent the backward flow of blood into the ventricle. Student, now tell me which valve is present between the left atrium and left ventricle.
Bicuspid wall.
We call it as a bicuspid valve because there are the two flaps which opens and close, and they control the entry of blood from left ventricle to the left ventricle. Very good. Now second question, which valve is present between the right atrium and right ventricle? Tricuspid. We call it as a tricuspid valve because here are the three flaps which controls the opening and closing